Hey, this is Joe Castiglione, and you're listening to Not Another Sox Podcast. Can you believe it?
Buenos noches, amigos, and welcome to day 3 of the winter meetings.
Sure.
I am Jack Webster here with our producer Ian Doran, and very special guest coming over from the Play Tessie podcast. We have Gordo and we have Pat Brown. Guys, welcome on.
Thanks for having us, man. Let's go.
Happy to be here. It's not a busy day or anything in the baseball world, right?
Yeah, no, just casual Tuesday, run of the mill, yeah.
Yeah, my head's still spinning, but yeah, let's just brush all that shit off. Oh my god, so much happened today. I'm excited to talk about it, but coming over from Play Tessie, it's an honor, really. I'm a huge fan of you guys and the podcast, so
yeah.
I'm
No
happy
Sammy
to have
today,
you.
by the way. He big timed us. It's his birthday. Oh no!
Yeah.
I want to go
Guys.
celebrate with my friends. Oh,
It's,
yeah.
it's a big 79th birthday. We
I
got.
was gonna say, you only turned 79
Yeah.
once, fellas.
Yeah.
79.
He joined us last year, so he can take the day for himself, whatever. But we are very glad to be joined by you guys. We know you just recorded your own podcast literally right before this. But for people that, might not be aware of you guys, which seems pretty hard at this point. But, yeah, let them know a little bit how you guys got started with Play Tessie.
For all our fans out there that are fans of the Not Another Sox podcast but have never heard of Play Tessie before,
Yeah,
please tell us about yourselves.
The PT origin story, like it all just because we were just on Twitter, and well, Pat, you were a friend of Coop's, so Coop was Bradfo's producer, and I was just a dude on Twitter. And for me, I just got a DM from Bradfo, and he's like, "Hey, we're looking for people to come up with fake trades. Who says no trades? And come on the Bradfo show." So I did that. And then he did that with a few other guys. Sammy was one of them. Pat was one of them. There were a couple others. And then at the end of that winter, 2 winters ago, we all got on a pod together and did it a couple of times. And then we started, it was kind of like once a week or something in the 23 season. We would just go on with Bradfo, do the Bradfo show, like all of us, like me, Pat, Sammy, Coop, and Bradfo. It was a whole cluster of us. And sometimes we do it without Bradfo. And then after that offseason, Bradfo wanted to do Baseball Isn't Boring. He's like, "Hey, you guys take the Bradfo show. You'll be the Red Sox podcast." And he vouched for us. And we really, it's been such an awesome thing that's happened to us, just having this outlet to talk Sox with people, and people care to listen. It's great. Like it feels like we've been doing it for so long, even though it's only been 2 years.
Yeah, it was weird too, because between us hopping on Bradfo show, doing the Who Says No, and like kind of all being like in contact with each other, we were basically doing podcasts for about 8 months before we ever actually met each other in person, which was wild.
Yeah.
And then the first time I met Gordo was in the hotel at MGM in Springfield. And he pulled a sleeve of McGillicuddy nips out of his string bag. And that was about all I needed to see.
Like Mary Poppins, just
to assess the
bringing it out of the
character
bag.
there. Yeah.
I pretended to know the town that Pat was from.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then I saw the McGillicuddy nips out of the string bag. I'm like, oh, okay. So Gordo's 19. And I found out he's older than me. So I was like, whoa, that's nuts.
And then
you're
an
18?
hour later, John Henry got booed viciously. That was that day.
I think
You're
I know
gonna need to
exactly
be
what
more
day it is.
specific. This has happened more than once. Yeah.
Baseball players are expensive, guys. All right.
Oh, that day.
It was that day,
one was
yeah.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah. What?
I mean, he's technically
Shut
not wrong,
up.
but I don't want to hear it from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's buying soccer players. He's buying. He was rumored to be buying the Celtics for a while. Thank God that didn't happen. But yeah, You own a baseball team.
He
God
has
forbid
time
you
to
get a
redeem
baseball
himself
player.
before the end of the season, or before the end of the off season. So we'll see if he brings us some shiny toys for Christmas.
He does.
Yeah.
And to be fair, he is spending more on baseball players than a lot of other baseball teams are in general, like the Pirates with their haphazard limping to what's the law? Shareholder law bullshit, whatever. I don't know why I'm blanking on it, but they have to like do right by the ticket holders and produce a real team.
Oh yeah, like they have like a standard whatever.
Yeah.
You're more the business guy than me. Yeah.
Well, I forget what they call it, right? But like the team has to show that
they have a
they're
responsibility essentially to the shareholders.
To the shareholders. It's about shareholder value over in Pittsburgh. John Henry's at least, produced somewhat of a baseball team over the last few years.
Yeah, no, I mean, in terms of owners, I wish our dad was around more. Like, like he has other favorite children, which, every parent does. I don't care like what any actual parent says. They have a favorite one. And for him, it's Liverpool. But then like he's like remembers that like, we play catch in the backyard sometimes and throws us a bone. So we can only hope that, he actually read our Christmas wish list.
You guys ever watch the Austin Powers movies growing up? It's like when Michael Caine comes in movie 3 and he goes, who else had a helicopter you could fit in a knapsack? Yeah, your nanny Olga. I didn't hire her for the cooking. That's kind of what John Henry looks like to me in my head right now.
Yeah.
But
it
I
could be
needed
Bob
a
Nutting.
father.
It could be Bob Nutting at least. So
It could. But, for all intents and purposes, John Henry is spending more money than he was in recent years. And in my personal opinion, Craig Breslow is cooking with gas over there. Like, I'm seeing a lot more that I like out of Breslow than I did out of Bloom, out of Charrington.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion.
Yeah. How do you guys kind of feel about, like, I guess the general sense and direction of, like, where the team is right now?
I feel like in terms of Breslow versus Bloom, a lot of it is just circumstantial. Like Bloom got in when the Red Sox needed to take a step back, and it was ugly, and none of us wanted to hear it. And he just did what he thought the Red Sox needed to do to get into the position they're in today. Whereas Breslow, when he steps in, it's like, okay, I get to step in, learn the organization for 1 year, deal with the crap for 1 year, but then I get to be the guy that brings this team to prominence. And so he gets to be involved in all the good stuff and reap the reward, reap the benefits of Chaim's labor. But I hate to say it, but like I feel like if Brez came in when Chaim did, we would have been seeing the same things. But regardless of how we got here, I'm just glad that we're here and are in a position where it's like, it's not, are the Red Sox going to get someone good? It's how many good guys are the Red Sox going to get?
Yeah. Yeah. The biggest thing with me, just in terms of approach, aside from the money thing, is every year it felt like Chaim was constantly diamond in the rough hunting. And some of that was kind of budgetary, obviously. But even like in the draft, like it always just felt like he's like, oh, we're going to pick the best athlete, the best player, figure out where he's going to play later. Breslow's like, no, we're going to have so much pitching that we can have 7 minor league teams. And I appreciate that because now they're in this great spot where they have so many expandable arms to explore, the Marte trades and be in so many other talks. But no, big fan of what Breslow's done. Big fan of what he seems to be doing. The big thing with this offseason that I'm the biggest fan of, honestly, is this deadline. It seemed like they were all in on Joe Ryan. It died last second and he had nothing else lined up. This offseason is totally different. It feels like they're in legitimately on so many different things. And Chaim never really did that. Chaim was more of like an architect, where Breslow's more like, I'm going to get shit done, which I appreciate.
Yeah, I like the point that Gordo made, where like if Craig Breslow came in at the same time as Chaim Bloom, he would have been asked to do the same exact thing. That was the task that Chaim was given, rebuild the system. I don't think there was necessarily a mandate to trade Mookie, but you weren't going to extend him. You had to replenish that, so the writing was on the wall. So who would have ever guessed these two Ivy League educated guys with the initial CB like might operate in somewhat of the same way. But I think Pat made a good point. You know, you just kind of see a little bit of a different process, particularly with the pitching versus like drafting every high school shortstop that, you know, very toolsy and athletic. Now you're getting like Kyson Witherspoon and like Peyton Tolley, like these guys that like almost seem like they're like big league ready right out of college and like can contribute like a little bit faster versus like, you know, kind of the fruits of the labor, like having to wait on Roman Anthony and Marcelo Meyer out of high school. So there's pros and cons to both of those, obviously, but I think, you know, in terms of what the front office was looking for as like a whole, like it makes sense. They kind of pivoted the way that they did, and I don't think it's 100% gone to plan, but you know, you're finally kind of seeing everything come together at the end of the day from the last few years.
Who was that you mentioned a second ago? Mookie?
Yeah. Never heard of her.
I've never heard of that. But, you know, it's quite a flip-flop because we did go to initials CB from initials BC, right? Did I get that time right?
You missed DD.
Oh, I missed the double Ds. Ian, stupid. Come on. But to steer us back in, so we are on, work week day 2 of the winter meetings.
It feels weird because usually I feel like it normally starts on a Monday and goes through Thursday, right? But this year it kind of started on Sunday and goes through Wednesday. Like, am I making that up? Because it feels like, yeah.
I thought you were right. Like that, we had this exact conversation on our last episode of Play Tessie where I thought it was like, oh, it goes through Thursday, but I think it's always been Wednesday. Or at least the last.
I've even been to the winter meetings as a job seeker, so I should really know this. But like somehow it surprises me every year, I guess.
Wait, you went to the winter meetings as a job seeker?
Yeah, I did. I already had a job lined up, so like I just drank for 3 days.
Oh, sick!
What were you trying to do?
I was doing graphic design for a minor league baseball team in New Jersey, and then ended up back in New England and have made things work since then. So. They paid me not very much money, so that was that.
That's minor league baseball for you.
Exactly. Yep.
Don't they make their money based off of their mascots at this point? It's like all merch that they make money on.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Probably. Yeah. That's probably why they're so damn creative down there in the minors.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Like the whoopie pies,
the SpongeBob jerseys.
Yeah. Well, speaking of SpongeBob jersey, Jack Webster, what are you wearing tonight?
Oh, yep. We got the little fit check going on here. So, Pat, I actually wore this specifically for you since I've seen you have opinions on this before. So, we got a Padres jersey here, and I
swear to God.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And I got this at the MLB New York store on clearance after he got traded or signed with another team. But we got the Korean Ha-Seong Kim over here. Yeah.
Okay.
It could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Okay. I can live with Kim. I thought for sure you were going to spin around and it was going to be Luis Arias.
Oh my God!
No.
Yeah. All respect to Ed Hand. No, absolutely not. Yeah.
What do you mean? All respect to Ed Hand. Ed Hand.
Ed loves him some Luis.
I'm real sorry.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No.
I can live with Kim. If you spun around, you're like, yeah, the best contact hitting first baseman. Like, no.
No. Yeah. It's Manny Machado. Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah. But the joke
I hope
is,
you like Kyle Higashioka.
You know what I do? Yes. Yeah.
Do I like Kyle Higashioka?
Team USA representative. So yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Kyle Higashioka.
He was.
Why?
Yeah.
I can think of 3 people on Team USA who I would rather have representing us than Kyle Higashioka. I could actually think of 25.
We needed a third string catcher, so it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Well, whatever, guys. Am I right?
Yeah.
Someone's got to catch the bullpens, Ian.
Literally. We did get a lot of WBC news today, too. Like, it seemed like everybody was either in or out. So, not too surprising that we saw Crochet and, like, Roman Anthony not do it. But good to see, like, Duran and Willier and even maybe Marcelo joining in there. So, we're big WBC fans over here. So, we're very excited for that.
Chelsea Coons in the chat here. She goes, Jack wearing a Padres jersey? What the?
Yeah, it must be new here. I wear everybody except for that one team.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail your WBC talk. I fucking love that we're seeing more of that commitment. Bummer we're not seeing Crochet and Roman Anthony moving over there, but Duran's bringing back the sombrero. What a classic picture. You'll love to see it. And Abreu's going to be good at baseball, our sources say. But.
Maybe it will like relock playoff Massa as well, like from like when we first saw him. We need more of that guy if he's still around. But.
Dude, he may not even be playing for Team Japan. They may not want him.
Yeah, honestly.
That was crazy. They don't want him playing left field.
Otani's
going to... Yeah, apparently like Otani's DHing. They don't want him playing left field, so it's a TBD on if he's even going to be on the roster. Isn't that crazy?
Which is crazy because last WBC... Yeah, last WBC, he was almost the MVP. He was almost the MVP.
He should have been. He should have been. I will very much argue this. Yeah,
I agree.
Didn't he have a 1400 OPS?
Yeah, that's
something ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah, it was nuts.
I remember I was at the game in Miami against Mexico where he hit like the home run off the pole, and like that entire like country went insane. It felt like you could feel it from Miami, just like all the way across the world. Yeah.
Do you guys watch South Park at all? I
hope you
do. I'm going to make the reference anyway. It's like when Butters and the rest of the gang are playing, Mexicans crossing the border, and Butters ends up actually going to Mexico, and then he becomes the leader of Mexico. And then at the end of the episode, he stands up at the dinner table and he starts raising his hands, and you can hear all of Mexico go, "Oh," and he sits back down. So that's what I imagine happens when the ball hits the pole for a home run in the WBC, is the entire country starts rumbling on the other side of the earth. Or, from one plane ride away from Miami. But WBC is going to be fucking sick. Kyle Schwarber signed today, guys.
Yeah. Were you hoping for him on the Sox, or did you even think it was like an actual possibility?
I mean, I was definitely hoping for it. I'll go there for sure. But everything that I'd heard, that I'd read, like it always from even before the season ended, and it never really wavered from that. It always just kind of felt like the Phillies were going to outbid everybody. And from the looks of it, I mean, we don't know the order of operations here, but the Orioles offered 5 years, 150. So to me, that kind of feels like the Orioles offered that. Schwarber took it to the Phillies and said, "Okay, we doing this?" And the Phillies said, "Sure." Like, that's how it felt like it was going to go from the jump. And that's how it did. So I never let myself get emotionally there, just because I figured this would probably happen. But yeah, he would have been right at the top of my list. He's exactly what they needed.
Yeah, my thing with Schwarber was right at the end of their season. It got a little bit murky because he had the comments about like, "I've enjoyed my time here," whatever. But it always seemed like they were going to prioritize one of him or Ranger Suarez. And then as, World Series wraps, free agency starts to pick up a little bit. It seemed like every outlet was kind of reporting he's going to have a lot of outside interest, but Philly was like adamant they would not let him go. So it's what I expected. Money and dollars, though, it was a little bit more than I thought he was going to get.
Yeah, a little more, right? I wasn't even sure initially about 5 years, but the last couple days, it kind of seemed like, oh, it's a foregone conclusion. And wouldn't you have it, multiple teams gave it to him. So
yeah.
I actually thought he would make more. I figured he'd probably get closer to the maybe 130, 140 mark over 4 years, just because Kyle Schwarber is the best power hitter, not only on this free agent market, but one of the best power hitters in MLB, and especially to the Phillies. Like, he was really integral to that lineup, putting home runs, putting runs in general on the board very consistently. I mean, I get he's a little bit older, but I feel like 30 for an annual salary for Kyle Schwarber, I expected him to get closer to like 34, 36.
I mean, the Pirates offered essentially $40 million a year, like over 4 years. So,
no,
like,
really.
Yeah, I know.
Be serious,
that's offered legit $40 million a year, but it was only 3 years.
I'm willing to bet there's some type of deferrals and, like sneaky pirate stuff to just make that number big, like you we've talked about this before. Sometimes players just like big number, and it kind of felt like, obviously the other factors of, wanting to win, being Philly, like kind of like what are the Pirates really doing, also played a big factor in that. So, it didn't really seem like the Red Sox were going to pay the pony on that one. It didn't even sound like they actually submitted a formal offer at the end of the day. Like, I didn't see that anywhere.
How weird is that, huh? Like, every other offer comes out and we don't even know if the Red Sox made an offer and if they did, what it was. Like, It's a little strange. I don't know if I should
knew
be
like
concerned.
20 minutes after Soto. Like they're like it was 10-700. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the last time they didn't tell us an offer, it was Yamamoto, and it was because it wasn't good.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they were married.
Wasn't good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how serious the Sox were about bringing Schwarber back. Like, I'm sure they checked in for due diligence, and like, I bet there was some loose offer on the table, but for $30 million a year, as much as I fucking love Kyle Schwarber and what he would have brought to this team, I think the Red Sox could spend $30 million a lot more productively for the coming season and for the coming 5 years. So, I mean, the fact that Kyle Schwarber got 5 years in general, I thought was great. I don't think the Red Sox were going to match the years that Schwarber was going to get. And, I mean, definitely not the paycheck, maybe the annual value, but definitely not the total paycheck.
Yeah, the thing with Schwarber always felt like it would have been interesting to see how the Sox approached it if his market had been decided come like February. Like Schwarber made a ton of sense if they had moved Duran first, missed out on Bregman, and were able to like move Yoshida. Like it was always like a couple of dominoes that had to fall for the stars to perfectly align for Schwarber.
Move lefties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just feels like his market moves so fast compared to these other guys that they didn't really want to commit to it. And I don't blame them. I mean, 5 years, 150 is not chump change. That's not just something you do on a whim. But it feels like they never really dipped their toe in the water there just because things were moving so fast.
Yeah. It definitely seems like their focus has been on the other big power hitter on the market, Pete Alonso. Obviously, we've been connected. There may have not been a meeting. It's like the most secretive thing, like apparently of the whole winter meetings, whether they actually talked to him or not. Like today when he came down on his long trek from like middle of Florida or whatever.
Right.
So it always seemed like they were prioritizing him a little bit more. Obviously, he can play a little bit more first base. Yeah. And is right-handed, but it like, how do you guys feel about like the actual traction between like the Red Sox and Pete Alonso?
I mean, you have to feel good about it, but I feel good about it in the sense that it's like they're gonna get one of these big bats, one of these big free agent or trade guys, and it's just a matter of which one it's gonna be, and are there gonna be multiple? So like I feel like if the Red Sox want to get Pete Alonso, he could be had. Like the report today, I think it was from Feinstein, was that the Mets are reluctant to go over 3 years. Like maybe the Orioles will put together a Schwarber-esque offer and change things. But like, I don't know, man. Like it doesn't sound like he's gonna get the deal that he was seeking. I mean, originally it was like 6-7 years that he wanted.
6-7.
Shit.
You idiot.
They were so on top of that.
They were waiting with bated breath.
Come up a lot for us
2
in the
steps
past
ahead
few weeks.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Speaking of which, that's how many players Boris was inquired about from the Red Sox. 6-7, 6-7.
Yeah, you heard it all day today.
Yeah, but sorry to derail you, Gordo.
Now we're the 19-year-old ones. Yeah.
You don't think Pete was going to get 6-7 years? You don't think anyone's going to offer him that?
No, I don't. If the Mets are reluctant to go over 3, why would any team step in there and say, "Here's 6," right? Like it just, I feel like yes, you're gonna have to give him a high AAV here, but I don't think I had a low projection at the start of the offseason. I think I overshot it. So hopefully, I mean, it feels like just an obvious one of, I think it was Sammy on the pod we just recorded for Play Tessie said it was like JD Martinez in 2018, where it's like the fit is just so perfect and it's just, they're kind of dancing around it and it's just kiss already. That was his words. And he's right. Like that's the way it feels like it should be with the Red Sox and Pete Alonso. But there is that other girl or that other guy right there that you got to beat out. And, he's kind of lurking. That's the New York Mets. And, obviously Pete's heart is there, but, sometimes people just got to go where the money's at.
You don't think the Orioles are you don't think Pete's seriously considering the Orioles? Or I don't know, they're emerging as more of a player this year, but
yeah. If they give the Schwarber offer, by all means he'll go there, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
It just seems very Orioles to try to get.
I mean,
like,
he'd
this
be
huge home run hitter, like, and like have zero pitching at the end of the day. Like they're just like bringing back like Mark Trumbo.
What about Grayson Rodriguez?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
well, the
wait
other
a
thing,
minute.
the thing with Baltimore that still makes no sense to me is we're 2 days into the winter meetings and Adley Rutschman's name has not been in trade rumors.
Wait, that's
'Cause
such
they
a
just-
good point. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
They just extended Samuel Basallo. They have Adley Rutschman. So there's your first base catcher DH combo right there. And then without making a single move to help this logjam, they're throwing 150 million to Kyle Schwarber. Like that to me is weird. So the Alonso thing, they could be in on it, but to me they desperately need pitching. Like they have enough young bats where you hope they take a step forward. They have nothing on the pitching front, nothing. So like Regis Suarez, Framber, Amai, like those guys, I think they get their ducks in a row, pitching end first, and then circle back to the bats. But yeah, they're definitely a team that could make the negotiations a little uncomfortable for Sox, Mets, whoever else is in there.
The thing people should be afraid of with Baltimore, there was that Pat, who came out with the Edward Cabrera report? Do you remember?
Rosenthal
said, yeah, if the Orioles trade for a cost-controlled starter like Edward Cabrera, now they've got a bunch of money free to throw at a bat. Like that's what would give me some pause and maybe make me a little bit scared about Pete Alonso in Baltimore. If they get a cheap pitcher like that.
Yeah, and they just keep bringing back the wall in, like they just redo it again, so that way, like they can just do it for whatever team like works best for them. Yeah,
It's like when we need pitching, we're gonna push the left field wall out a little bit, but when we're trying to sign Tyler O'Neill, okay, we'll bring it in, we'll bring it back.
I mean, we essentially did that for Ted Williams. Like, we added the bullpens for him. Like, maybe we take out the bullpens. Like, if we like. You saw like the graphic of Sonny Gray giving up like fly balls to right field. If we just get rid of the bullpens, Willier will have more, room to roam out there and catch the fly balls.
Why don't we just take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else?
What if we sign Alonso and we put the bullpen in front of the Green Monster? So now it's only 284 feet to hit a home run.
and
He
no
might
wall.
break the record. He might break the record.
He could bunt line drives over.
No. The wall stays. That's just out of play. That's way over the fence. You just put the bullpens right in front of the monster.
Right, the wall's short, so all he has to do is
Yeah,
gone.
but he would come here. He would
Craig Breslow.
he would come here, Gordo, because of the implication.
Oh, yeah.
I heard the intro.
yeah,
that was
Gordo.
a nod to you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
Gordo is so in the dark.
Great reference, bro.
Gordo-
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gordo is
You guys texted that, and I was like, I've heard this somewhere, and the implication thing. What's that from?
it's from Always Sunny.
Yeah.
The thing is, I've seen the show.
It's when they're on the boat. And he's like,
Is it in
they'll
the
come
first half of the
downstairs
show?
and
Or
the
second half of the
implication.
show?
Gordo, there's so many seasons. If you're asking me to pull a season off the top of my head,
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
out of your
it's
mind.
from earlier on. It's from earlier on.
Because
Yeah,
I think
first
I watched,
10 seasons.
I think I watched that show through 2016.
Oh, then you saw it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Yeah,
definitely
he
saw
probably
it.
saw
but it was
it.
also
Yeah,
a long
yeah.
time ago. Like I watched it in high school.
That's fair enough.
It's a good show. It's a good show. There's a lot of
It's been around forever at this point too.
Did you guys notice earlier when you brought up the Austin Powers reference? Gordo's stomach just sank.
Hey, hold on.
He got-
I've seen Goldmember,
no.
but I was in 4th grade and I haven't seen any of the others.
Okay, there you go. That tracks.
Was that from
Wow.
Goldmember or no?
Oh, cool.
'Cause I didn't get the reference.
It was from Gold.
That was from Goldmember, yes.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
Mount Goldmember, yeah.
Pat, I saw your face. You saw mine. We
I was
locked eyes
smirking
with these
'cause-
screens.
Yeah.
The second Ian said, I don't know if you've seen the movie, Gordo literally just goes and just starts sinking in his chair.
Oh, can I paint as you, Gold? Thank you. That's a great
Yeah,
reference
great.
for everyone
Yeah,
who
wow.
knows Austin Powers Gold member. It's very baseball related.
But one
Yeah.
guy whose name I feel like I haven't really even heard too much about is, Alex Bregman. Like, it seems like obviously a perfect match to, come back, play third base. We talked about it with Corbin last night on Red Seat Radio as well. But like, it's kind of harder to see some of these teams like paying the pony for it, like in terms of like need and, like how much he's going to actually want at the end of the day.
Yeah, his market, like you tell me who else is in there that's going to give him deep into the 9 figures. Like you guys tell me, because the Phillies were the team I was afraid of, but they'd been talking about only being able to pay one of Schwarber or Ranger Suarez. If they're about to let Ranger Suarez walk, they're not about to bring Bregman in. So now it's like the Cubs had a Zoom meeting. It's the Tigers was lukewarm interest. Like maybe the Blue Jays, but they're obviously going to get one of Bichette and Kyle Tucker and be out of Bregman. I just don't I don't know. I think the Red Sox are going to play a long game of chicken with Breggy, and we'll see if it works. Like I tend to think it will. Like that's why I still haven't given up hope for the Alonso Bregman grand slam of an offseason, because you could give Pete Alonso one of these, like the offer that we were just talking about, and then if you get into February, Bregman still doesn't have a deal somewhere, and he has to take your price, even if it's a good offer. Like in theory, you could fit those 2 contracts in there, and with some reshuffling, maybe dump half of Yoshida. Like you could get under that second tax line. So I'm not giving up hope there.
Perfect thing to bring up, because Pete Abe just wrote an article saying that Alonso and Bregman isn't necessarily out of the question.
There you go.
Just
don't give up hope. The dream lives.
They would need to. It would be gymnastics, but he basically made it sound like Alonso could be open to a deal where he would. I would assume defer money, lessen the cap hit, so that it opens up Bregman. The good thing is Boris is both of their agents, so if that's something that works, Boris can facilitate.
Do you guys remember what was it? It was around Thanksgiving. Was it on Thanksgiving that we had the Hanley Pablo like dynamite bomb go off? Was that the?
I think it was like literally
right
before. Yeah, I think it was like literally the Tuesday or Wednesday before that Thanksgiving, whatever that was. That would have been like 2014, maybe 2015.
15.
It was the same night, right? They came out like on the same night.
I'm pretty sure, because that was like the best night of like.
Oh, it rocked! That was
14-year-old me's life. Yeah,
dude, I was so excited. I was obsessed with Hanley. He was my white whale for years before he came back.
If it came out Wednesday, I had both jerseys on Monday. I remember going out and getting both jerseys. It was the best.
Shamelessly, immediately, I gotta have this shit. Well, you know what?
The Sandoval jersey was not a good look.
No.
What happened?
I had one of the shirts that was like, it was like a cartoon panda with a Red Sox hat. I was like panda, and I still have that somewhere. It might be in my attic, dude. I'm never giving that thing up. It's cursed.
Yeah. I think the best was Ian came home one day and he's like, "Hey, I found this like Cutter Crawford jersey at Savers."
Oh no!
And then he turns around and it's Crawford 13 and not the 50 on there. And this was probably before you were really like deep in the Red Sox, and I had to explain that whole lore to him. So
good news. I still have that jersey.
That's not good news.
Yeah. No, I found out much later that the jersey is going to haunt me for the rest of my life. And
you
the rest of
have
us
to
for the
keep
rest
it.
of our life.
Like there's nothing stopping you from just returning this back to the Savers gods.
Oh, is it like one of those Hawaiian totems that you pick up and you have to put it back exactly where you found it to release the curse?
Yeah, exactly. You got to return it to its place.
Okay, good. I'm not even going to donate it and get the coupon. I'm just going to put it back on a hanger, put it right back on the rack where I found it, and hope that the next person getting into the Red Sox picks it
and
up.
then hope the Red Sox like sign Pete Alonso and Alex Bregman and trade for Ketel Marte.
They'll take over number 13. But we're right at about our half-hour mark here, and those are all things I would love to touch on. So why don't we go to a break, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about Bregman and Alonso and Marte and some of the other things that happened. We typically have our host Jack Webster guess what our commercial is going to be. Gordo,
I got it right one time.
You did. Shoes and DSW came out. But Pat, Gordo, do you have any guesses as to what our commercial is going to be?
I will go with Yeti water bottles.
I'm going to go with Valvoline instant oil change.
All right, let's hear from Yeti and Valvoline. Back from Yeti and Valvoline.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where I get to insert the ad break into the show. I would be so funny. What if they were like, Yeti water bottles? They're perfect for holding your Valvoline.
That I feel like AI would be just getting too out of hand in that case.
Yeah, that's how you know it's an AI commercial if they're like, Yeti can also hold Valvoline.
We're probably dangerously close to that.
I know. Yeah, let's not give them any ideas. Yeah. But before we went to the break, we had brought up some of the guys that the Red Sox have been connected to, who we want to bring over. Obviously, Bregman is a huge priority, and the office keeps saying that. I kind of want to see more of what a huge priority means to them, but also a lot of connections to Alonso. And today in particular, among the trillions of rumors we got on Twitter and trade rumors and all that, Ketel Marte talks are really heating up. What do you guys, our visitors from Play Tessie, Pat, Gordo, what do you guys think the realistic chances that Marte is a Red Stocking?
You know, it's hard to say because I feel like I'm hearing different things from different directions. Like Red Sox Twitter kind of erupted today on Marte, but like yesterday I was hearing like, oh, like maybe a little bit overblown, and I still have, I don't know, I've heard from both sides. It feels like one of those situations to me, like I'm trying to put the pieces together, and it's like, oh, remember Garrett Crochet last year? The Red Sox were talking to the White Sox, and then the White Sox thought, oh, their offers are so garbage and they don't care, so we're going to erase them off the whiteboard, and they're not even in consideration. And then a couple days later, Craig Breslow sends the text message, and all of a sudden, Garrett Crochet's a Red Sox. So I think the Red Sox have what it takes. Like the Diamondbacks want pitching, and the Red Sox have a crap ton of pitching. So they have what it takes. They should have a willingness to deal it. I think a deal could line up, and it makes a lot of sense. So I feel good about it, but it's kind of in the same exact light as Alonso, where I feel like better about one or both of those guys than I do about, say, Bo Bichette. But it's like, can they do both? Like that's what makes Marte so enticing to me, is that he makes only 18 and change, and it's like you could reasonably fit a second big bat on top of him. I feel okay about it, but it's just there's so much smoke on so many different areas. It's hard to know what's real and what's fake. And as it pertains to the Red Sox, like the moves they have made have come completely out of nowhere. Like Sonny Gray, Oviedo, like completely out of left field. So it's hard to say.
Yeah, my thing with Marte is it feels like it lines up for them in a lot of fronts, in the sense that Craig talked today about how they have all this pitching depth. They're willing to deal from it. They have so many young guys. Like you have Tolly and Early, obviously, but you also have Harrison and Witherspoon. Like it's a never-ending list of young controllable arms, and it's such a variety of, like, you have the Tolly and Early, who those guys are major league ready, plug and play, really high ceiling, and then you have some other guys like Valera, whatever. So fit wise, it's there. Making a package that would appease the Dodgers or the Diamondbacks, sorry, makes so much sense. Absolutely could do it. And like Gordo said, my biggest thing with Marte is how he seems to kind of fit their blueprint for the offseason. The money is so minimal that it keeps Alonso on the table. It keeps, if they wanted to go the Bregman route, it keeps Bregman on the table. It keeps a number 2 starter on the table. It does not limit them in any capacity aside from dealing from an area of depth. So does he end up here? I don't know. Do I like their chances if he is moved? Yeah, I like their chances a lot if he's moved. Yeah. It's
if he's moved, you have to like the Red Sox chances. And it's like he's already making, it's like 18 and change, but also I believe a lot of that is deferred. So it's even lessens the tax hit. It's like if, like, you've got Pete Abe right now writing about the Red Sox potential double play of Bregman Alonso. It's even easier financially to do the Alonso Marte double play. Like, I love that that's the conversation that we're having, because these are the conversations that we've been having all offseason. Is they need 2, not just bats, they need 2 big bats. And by all means, like, those 4 guys, you can loop Seager into it, like Alonso, Bregman, Marte, Bichette, Seager, any 2 of those guys, and the Red Sox offense could be scary next year.
So I'm going to jump right in here too, because those are all really interesting names that we're finding out more and more Sox are connected to as well. There are a lot of, it's weird to call them backup routes, right? But there are a lot of backup routes for some of those players and bringing them over. Like we saw today that there have been realistic talks between Sox and Eugenio Suarez. Isaac Paredes is on the table. Bo Bichette, Corey Seager. A lot of these superstars have at least popped up in conversation. It seems like you said, if Marte is moved, you got to like the Sox chances. But do you think Marte is their plan 1A, or do you think that we would love to trade for a guy like Paredes and save our money on Bregman and sign Alonso? Or what are some of the 1B or the 2A options that you think the Red Sox are considering outside of Marte?
So the most interesting to me, if you want to like call them the secondary options outside of the big dudes that we just talked about, the one that I've come back to a few times this offseason is Paredes. Like 2 years of control, hits from the right side, pulls the shit out of the ball. Like he would pepper the monster, hit home runs over the monster, 30 home run potential, all-star potential. He's been an all-star before, doesn't strike out. Like he is an objectively good fit for the Red Sox. Would it fit into the same tier as like if they got like Alonso Bregman, Alonso Martin? Like, no, it's not like that. He's not the certainty that guys like that are. But if we're in that tier and we're talking Eugenio Suarez, Jorge Polanco, Brandon Donovan, like to me, the Astros have reason to move Paredes. Like their infield is packed, and he's making $9-ish million. Probably going to get that in ARB. Like he could be had to me. So they need pitching too. Like there is a fit there, not just for the player here, but for the Red Sox and Astros as trade partners. So would he be the sexiest name they could get? No. But he could be the type of guy like Tyler O'Neill that they get him, and it's like people write the guy off all offseason, but then he comes in and hits 30 bombs, and all of a sudden he's a fan favorite. And instead of Tyler O'Neill, who was a rental, you'd have him back for another year.
Yeah, for me, it sounds weird, but just based on like conversations and what's being put out there, I almost feel like they're breaking these guys off into two, like pairing wise. Like plan A for me, I think it's the same for them, is Bregman Alonso. If they can make that pairing work, that is plan A. If Alonso doesn't defer money, Bregman wants too much, whatever, then you pivot. Then you go down to Marte Alonso. Doesn't work, then you go Seager. Like it feels like they're kind of lining up a couple of different pairings or moves and then just trying to fit the puzzle pieces together where they check both boxes, if that makes sense. The reports this morning and yesterday, it still seems like Bregman's their main priority. And they're very fortunate that this isn't a Schwarber scenario because it doesn't really feel like his market has materialized a lot. Jed Hoyer said yesterday that they love Matt Shaw. They have no doubt in him. Whoever we're being linked to, I don't buy it. Whatever. They had a Zoom call, so call it what you want. But Philly brought back Schwarber. You can rule Philly out. Dodgers make no sense. The Mets don't seem to be in on really anybody big, which is odd.
They're weird, man.
So for me, it's just they're fortunate enough where they're kind of letting the market play out and finding the domino effect of moves that they really like. And for me, I think plan A for them is Bregman Alonso. If they can't line it up in time, it doesn't line up at all, then I think it's Marte Alonso.
Yeah. I think the thing with Paredes, like I saw that this morning too, obviously, and I was like, oh yeah, it makes all the sense for all the reasons you said. Pull fly balls in the air, doesn't strike out. And then I heard like they're asking for like Connolly early or like Payne Tolley back, and I was like, if we're not like willing to give a guy like that up for Ketel Marte, which I think if we just throw one of those in, add a couple other pieces, it gets done tomorrow. But like we know the value of like some of these guys, and you know, if that's like the move that you have to make at the end of the dance to, you know, go home with somebody, then it's a tough pill to swallow. But like, I'm not just like doing that for the sake of it at this point either.
No, and I don't think I'd even do a 1-for-1 swap Paredes for Tolley. Like, I fucking love Tolley. I fucking
you will have Cutter Crawford and you will like it.
Yeah. Yeah. At Cutter is King, the Red Sox hero on Twitter. I would also love to see Cutter Crawford back on the Red Sox, but like, I feel the same way. If Cutter Crawford gets a deal done, I'm sorry, Cutter Crawford, you are a Diamondback. You are an Astro. Yeah. You are a Twin. Like, that's how I'm feeling.
They just have so many starters in that tier. Like, you're going to have to give to get. You're not just going to be able to take from, like, you're not just going to be able to say, okay, here's Shane Drohan and give us Marte. Like, you're going to have to give good dudes. And if it's Marte,
like, Noah Song.
Yeah. And like, they have like such like a Rolodex to roll through. Like, yeah, we don't like Cutter. What about Kyle Harrison? Patrick Sandoval? Hunter Dobbins? Like, they can just like, they can just find it, whatever makes it work.
So, I'll tell a bit of a funny story here and offer a bit of a precursor to our fans, people listening to yourselves. Yeah. So we've been actually in contact with Hunter Dobbins. We've been trying to get him on the show. We're hoping to have him on in the future. I was chatting with him earlier today, and I was like, hey, man, here's a time that we would love to have you on. We'd love to ask about, your off season, how you're feeling. Is there anything you need from us before we set a date? And he goes, yeah, I just hope I'm still a Red Sox by then. I'm like,
oh. Yeah. He saw the reports from the other day, huh? From yesterday.
He's plugged in. Yeah, he knows what's up.
Yeah. And Tristan Casas went through a lot of that in the last offseason, too. He's like, I'm seeing him every day. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I am very aware that I am in trade talks as Tristan Casas. That's who I am in this trade talk. But there's nothing I can really do. I'm a baseball player. I like playing. I'm just going to hope I'm here next year. And if I'm not, I'm going to ship out and do well for that team, which I think, any baseball player, Hunter Dobbins included, Cutter Crawford, Kyle Harrison, all have the same mindset. It's like, I would rather be here. And I'm sure there's a lot of anxiety for those players, but I mean, they tackle that issue in Moneyball, right? These are baseball players. They're paid to play baseball. They are going to enjoy playing baseball wherever they are.
And I sometimes feel like, it's the best thing for them, too. Like Yostinson Garcia. He was never going to play in Boston. Trade to Pittsburgh. Literally, I'm sure, it hurt being in the organization, but, like, he realizes that, like, it helped the Red Sox, but it also helped him a lot personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like a necessary evil of the sport, and like a dude like Hunter Dobbins he's just been so awesome at embracing pitching for the Sox and being a part of this community. And I know the Red Sox Twitter community has fully bought into Hunter Dobbins, and rightfully so. Like, he's an awesome dude. But it's like
hates the Yankees.
Like, yeah, it's great. Like he's the perfect Red Sox. And it's like, if he gets traded, I'm sure there's going to be like an internal thing, like back and forth going on in his mind, where it's like, this is the organization I've known. They took the chance and they drafted me, and I made my debut there, and I have a connection to the fan base, and I love being a Sox. But at the same time, it's like, if he goes somewhere else, he can be in a major league rotation, and I'm sure that would be enticing. It's the password thing, like you just said. So, like, I want Hunter Dobbins to be here just because I love Hunter Dobbins. But at the same time, there's so many pitchers in that tier, and it really is, to me, it's going to be so much about which of those guys does the team you're dealing with like.
Yeah, the thing with that is, like, it's what's happened for the last couple of years, just at a kind of a greater scale, right? Like, people were pissed they traded Nick York. Like, this guy was a first round. You have Story, you have Meyer, you have Bregman. Like, this guy was not going to see the light of day. Not calling him a bad baseball player, but you just have this multitude of options ahead of him. Same thing happened with Password. Same thing happened, unfortunately, like Quinn Priester. Like, but now it's to the point where they have this at the major league level, like guys who should be in a rotation playing on, like, in the majors right now, not like log jammed out of the majors. It's your Dobbins, it's your Crawfords, it's all those guys. And it's crazy that we've gotten to this point. It's a great problem to have. But it's the unfortunate reality of this is a business. You can keep 26 guys, and some guys just aren't going to play. I hope Hunter's here. Hunter is awesome.
He's a dude.
Yeah.
He's a fucking dude. And you love that, too, when your players are fucking dudes. Like John Lester, one of your favorite players, Jack, he was a fucking dude. Like, he showed up. He was good with the fans. He loved the people.
He loved drinking beer and eating fried chicken just like me.
Dude.
Dude, he bought beers for the whole city of Chicago when he retired. Like, that guy rocks.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow. Where were we when that happened?
Yeah, probably here in Rhode
Luckily,
Island,
I was in Wisconsin and 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a huge depth of those pitchers. Obviously, one of those pitchers is going to get a deal done. There's a lot on the trade market. Ketel Marte, Isaac Paredes. It's kind of like take your pick. I would think Cutter Crawford is very enticing to other players. I was asking Jack earlier, like, is Uberstein enticing to other teams? And it's like, maybe, but he's not a headliner. Like, maybe he's a second starting pitcher that you offer. But it feels like the difference between last year and this year, like the true depth of development of starting pitching in the Red Sox organization, night and day. Like, it's like Octomom. We just had 8 kids pop out ready to be starting pitchers in the last year.
Yeah.
And
Which we didn't have for like 15 years in between. And
Right.
now we have,
Cloth was starting game. Like,
Dude.
let's not forget. Like, we were in a dark place, fellas. Like, it was
Matt
bad.
Dermody, yeah.
But yeah, I was just about to ask. I was like, who's the guy against the Guardians? in
Dermody,
one game?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Brazier technically started a game for us.
He did.
Brutal. Yeah. Brad Keller, who's a great reliever now.
Hey, I'll take Brad Keller back. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on home,
Welcome
babe.
home, yeah.
Yeah.
We're 50 minutes in. We have not even actually discussed the one trade the Red Sox actually made today.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad
yeah.
you said that because
Yeah.
I would love
Very
to talk
forgettable,
about
yeah.
Lord Carry Him Now,
Yeah.
Von Grissom. We did make a signing today. We got Alec Gamboa from the KBO, a minor league offer with an invite to camp.
More
Potential
pitching.
Major
Woo!
League. Yeah. So I would love to hear a little bit about Alec Gamboa because I know nothing about him.
I
And
know
then
nothing about him.
Lord Carry Von Grissom now, but Alec Gamboa first. Pat Gordo, do you have any insight on this guy?
I've admittedly not gotten to do much of a deep dive on him yet, but he was with the Dodgers last year, goes to the KBO, or was it Japan? It was one. He was somewhere.
It was
overseas.
KBO, yeah.
KBO.
It was KBO.
And, yeah, he started 19 games, mid-3s ERA, good strikeout numbers. Like, I assume that they're bringing this guy in for a shot to earn like a rep as a lefty reliever at some point. Call him up in the middle of the season when you need an arm in the bullpen. Like, that's my best guess. We were messing with Sammy in the group chat today. Anytime something big happens, I'll text him in lowercase now because he made such a fit about Pat texting the Brandon Nimmo Marcus Semien trade in all caps. So when Schwarber signed, a signing has happened, and then when they get Alec Gamboa, breaking news! Like, let's go!
Holy shit. The Boa is in Boston. Like, just completely right.
They're in celebration.
He just strikes Gamboa. That is a guy who is going to run the tires to the road going to and from Boston to Worcester. Like, he just strikes me as the up and down lefty reliever, which is super valuable. Like, Bernie did it for a bit. Murph did it for a little bit. But he had a mid-3 ERA in the KBO, was a farmhand in the Dodgers system. I think it's going to be like the kid they got from Pittsburgh. I think they're going to give a lot of unknown guys some legitimate looks for that lefty reliever spot out of the pen. So,
Yeah, Shane Drohan right in there too.
yeah, Drohan's another one.
Shout out to
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, shout out to Zach in the chat, the Gamboa Constrictor.
I love that. Yeah.
I hope he earns
We need
that
to
name.
get that to our friends over at the Woo Sox so that way they can take advantage of that nickname. If it's not already like
the Gamboa
like a thing.
Yeah, hold on. Let me just pull up my email real quick. I'll reach out to my friends over there.
They've already
let
got
them
the
know Gamboa.
t-shirts going, guys. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. We hit the
We'll
trademark.
make the graphic.
Called
yeah.
a friend of mine in the patent office. It's not
Yeah,
going anywhere.
Sean Palmer, make this graphic for us.
Yeah,
like, I
Sean-
know he's
Sean,
your
write that
guy,
down.
but
Sean?
he's been on our show before too.
Yeah.
Sean
I
Rock.
do-
Sean
absolutely
I
rocks.
love me some Sean.
Like
Also,
everybody loves Sean.
His daughter is a cutie. Congrats on that, Sean.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Congrats on the sex.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Big
What?
time dad.
What?
Yeah. He's married. It's okay.
No, it's a bird. It's a
Yeah.
bird carrying a little knapsack like a hobo, and there's a baby
oh yeah,
in it.
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a family program.
Yeah. The Oklahoma education did not fail. Yeah.
Gordo, we are not a family program.
Yeah.
We have never been a family program, except for that one week when I came on as a producer. I'm like, we should market to kids, and then a week later we were like, who has the biggest ding dong
Yeah.
out there? Anyway, now to steer us away from ding dongs and back to the winter meetings, Red Sox did make a trade today. Lord carry him now. Good night, sweet prince. The Red Sox have officially lost the Chris Sale trade and opened a 40-man roster spot for whoever we acquire tomorrow in the Rule 5 or in a trade scenario, and we did retrieve Isaiah Jackson in exchange for Vaughn Grissom. May he rip in peace.
Yeah, I thought we were just going to DFA Vaughn, truth be told. So, like, the fact that you're able to even just get, like, a lottery ticket back from, the Indiana Pacers and their point guard. I think everybody had the same reaction where they Googled it and they were like, oh, wait, now I have to type in baseball.
You have to specifically Isaiah Jackson, LAA.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, didn't work out. I'm not gonna cry over that trade forever till the end of time. But if you're able to clear a 40-man spot and actually get something back out of it, then all the power to you.
A lefty outfielder, though, that was kind of my I was like, really? Sure. Why?
They just like guys that hit the ball hard, man. I'm with you though. I thought they were going to end up needing to DFA Grissom because he didn't have any options. So either he was going to be on the roster, he was going to get DFA'd, or he's going to get traded. And they DFA'd a few different guys over him. There, I was like, oh, you could have made the argument to keep them around. And I just wondered why. Yeah, Cooper Criswell. That's the perfect one. And so it's like, okay, they're keeping Grissom around for a reason, and the reason was because they could get something for him. So it sucks that that's connected to the sale trade, and that'll be we'll look back on that, and it's gonna suck. And we were already there, but yeah, and I feel bad for the guy. He got a bad opportunity here.
Exactly what I was gonna say too. And being the face of the Chris Sale trade, right? Like those are some pretty big fucking shoes to fill. That is not a situation any person would want to come in and be like, hey, traded away Cy Young winner Chris Sale for the second baseman, go out there and be a second baseman or be a shortstop, I think, when we had gotten him. And it is one of those fortunate scenarios, like we were talking about earlier. He's going to play a fuck ton more for the Angels than he would have for the Boston Red Sox. But living up to the Sale trade as the face of the Sale trade, I think none of us really gave him a fair shake. So I think he's going to be happier playing for the Angels than swinging for the Woo Sox.
Without that shadow. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing with
I just hope he gained back that 30 pounds.
So that's what I was just going to say. He became, So he got moved to Boston. He becomes a Victorian child and he supposedly weighed 85 pounds. But then, so on top of that, he's getting his win back. He's putting on weight. He's getting reps, whatever, which all fine and good. It was 2023, 4, whatever it was. It did not help that as he's out because he was so sick that Chris Sale is actively putting together his first Cy Young season.
Yeah, cementing the Hall of Fame.
And then yeah. So then he comes back and they've kind of got other guys up and ready and there's just no spot for him. I wish him the best. It's weird though. The return for him, Isaiah Jackson, Arizona State 8th round pick. This is now the third, fourth guy of this most recent draft that they have gotten in a trade this winter. They got Adonis Guzman, Henry Godbout, and Isaiah Jackson. And it's just what were these guys that they wanted in those mid rounds and missed by slot? Are these just kind of pieces that organizations want to throw away? It's weird. I feel like it's so uncommon for new draftees to be traded before they're even played.
Who's the guy from the Mariners too? Why am I blanking?
Luke Heyman.
Luke Heyman.
Heyman, yeah.
Did you say him? My bad.
Yes. Yeah, but weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Craig did it last year with Braden Montgomery. Yeah, he is not afraid to just essentially we're getting almost to the point where you're just trading draft picks like you would in the NFL or NBA or whatever. We might as well just cut out the middleman and just let teams do this at this point.
Yeah.
Cut out the middleman. Just give us your best players. Just give them to us.
Yeah.
Let's
exactly.
cut out all this back and forth.
Yeah.
Send us your players and we will play them.
Yeah.
Give us your best prospects.
Seems like a good idea. Yeah. That's basically how Yankees fans operate on Twitter anyways. So.
Spencer Jones, Paul Skeens, 1 for 1. Just take it. We'll take it right now. We will.
Yeah, Jason Dominguez for Cole Reagans. Yeah.
According to John Heyman, you'll be very lucky to have Spencer Jones in a Paul Skeens deal. 1 for 1. You might have to add to Paul Skeens.
Yeah.
Isn't Spencer Jones like 34?
Yeah. 50? So my thing is with them, like, I wouldn't even move Spencer Jones. I would honestly offer Miguel Andujar and Clint Frazier and just pray it gets done, you know?
Maybe add in Gio Urshela. Yeah.
Whoa. Let's not get ridiculous. We'll go Everson Pereira.
So I have a question for all the baseball heads in this room. Can you trade money? Like, I know cash considerations is a player that you can trade for, but isn't that just taking over the contract? Like, could we in theory say, hey, Arizona Diamondbacks, we will give you $25 million for Ketel Marte, or does that not work?
I think, you're just taking on the whole contract as it is. So, usually the way it is, it's like the team trading away the big contract has to eat some of it. So.
Right, but can you overtrade? Like, could you offer more money than a player is worth? Can you purchase a player from another team, or can you only?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But I wanted to check. I don't know.
I'm trying to think because there's a limit somewhere, but I might be thinking of the NBA where there might be a limit to the amount of cash considerations you can include. But every time I'm on the trade machine, like, it lets me do whatever I want in the cash consideration thing. I feel like it would block me if there was a limit.
Yeah. I think it's just. But then the other thing too is just, like, I feel like anytime it's like player to be named later in cash considerations, I feel like we never actually know the amount of cash considerations. Like,
it's
for all I know,
$1 billion.
For all I know, John Henry said in $2 billion with Chris. Like, I have no idea. Yeah. So I guess in theory you could, but.
Well, anyway, someone who's watching, listening, a lawyer,
someone smarter than us.
Look it up. Yeah, contract lawyer, look it up. So we're reaching our 1 hour mark. I do have a funny game for you guys tonight. I do want to reference, a few other pieces of things we did not go over. Edwin Diaz claimed the highest annual value for a reliever ever at $23 million a year, or 69 over 3 years.
Nice. Yep.
Nice. Most obvious signing ever, Edwin Diaz as a Dodger. Gregory Soto went to the Pirates. We were talking before we came on. Had a really fantastic few years where he was, really, really stellar. He was an all-star. What happens next? I don't know. I think Soto to the Pirates makes a ton of sense. Congratulations, Gregory Soto. Draft lottery happened. Sick. Steven Matz went to the Rays. Would have loved to have that guy back in Boston. It happens. Have fun on the Rays. And Rocco Baldelli, believe it or not, from Rhode Island, also moving over to be a part of the Dodgers front office. So a lot of really interesting things that had come up today. Speak now or forever hold your peace to all our hosts here before I bring up the game. Does any of that move you?
I'll tell you what moves me is the Edwin Diaz thing. And honestly, you can loop the Greg Soto thing in there too. And the reason it moves me, and it's the same thing with Devin Williams. Every time one of these relievers signs a deal, I just look back at the deal that the Red Sox got Aroldis Chapman to agree to in the middle of the historic reliever season. Like, what? 1 year, $13 million with a vesting option, and you've got Edwin Diaz getting $69 million. You got Devin Williams getting $51 million. You've got Greg Soto, who objectively was mid at best. He had a 3.96 with the Orioles and then a 4.5 with the Mets after he got traded there. Mid at best, and he's getting over half of what Aroldis Chapman off of one of the best reliever seasons we've ever seen. Like, I don't know how they got him to agree to that. I get that he liked his time here. Don't get me wrong, but like, do what Bregman's doing. You play it out, and you have them negotiate against other teams. You find your way back. I don't get it, but I'll take it, man. It's huge.
Great Britain's finest.
Yeah. The Mats one. The Mats one kind of stunk because he was actually so good when he was here. But there were rumors going around that he wanted to start again. We just talked about the depth. That's not happening here. And if there's a place to kind of revamp your career as a starter, it's probably Tampa Bay. So he got a decent payday. He got the Greg Soto contract. But that one stunk. So I hope I like the minor league rookie or minor league lefties they've brought in to maybe take on the lefty role, but I hope they get something a little bit more solid in the bullpen before opening day.
Like Drew Pomerantz, Pat. You want Drew Pomerantz?
Didn't say that. Yeah. Definitely didn't say that.
I don't know, Pat. Sounds like you want Drew Pomerantz.
Yeah, I want
Anderson
Eugenio Suarez. I want Drew Pomeranz. I really want Hassan Kim.
Oh, he really wants Hassan Kim.
Dude, I've been screaming about Hassan Kim for years. SpongeBob Kim, as my autocorrect would say. But that's a whole nother episode. We'll have to have you guys back for that one. It's always good to get other podcasts and other baseball minds on. I do have a game, and for those that listen, we do a game for Jack Webster every podcast. Most of the time, he does not have any context. We are definitely inviting the Play Tessie boys to play this game with us tonight. So tonight's game, we're going to build a hot dog. There is a part B, but we're going to build a hot dog. So each of you, build us a hot dog. Jack, we'll start with you since you're our incumbent host of Not Another Sox podcast. How would you build a hot dog?
Mustard.
Just mustard.
I'll add onions on it too.
Okay, so we have a hot dog with mustard and onions. Pat, why don't we shoot it over to you since you were here a few minutes before Gordo was in signing on. Build us a hot dog.
I'll just go straight up ketchup mustard.
Ketchup mustard. Roman Anthony would hate that. But
yeah,
that is, of course, what inspires our game.
I didn't tell him that, so keep that on the deal.
Gordo, build us a hot dog.
In the most Gordo answer possible. Nothing.
Plain. Yeah, that's chat.
You're going the KB route, just like raw dogging it. Yeah.
Yeah, shout out
that
KB.
Out of context, it sounded wrong, but plain hot dog. Yeah.
Okay. So this game is going to be way less exciting than I had hoped, because the part B is now each of you are going to select another person's hot dog. And you're going to be gifted that hot dog by that other person. So the three hot dogs we have on the table, we have Jack Webster's hot dog of mustard and onions. We have Pat's hot dog of ketchup and mustard. And we have Gordo's hot dog consisting of only hot dog. So Jack, yourself first. If you were to eat Pat or Gordo's built hot dog, which one would you eat? I
am a firm denier of ketchup on hot dogs. I do like ketchup with a lot of things. Yeah.
Webster, pick my wiener. Come on.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, I'm gonna have to go Pat's wiener here, just because a plain hot dog. Unless if you're getting like, nice like actual like sausage from like the vendor like on the street or whatever, like you need a little something.
You like vendor sausage? Yeah. Over Pat's wiener, you'd eat vendor sausage?
It's not about the size that matters.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you say. Pat, pick a hot dog.
So I would rather eat Pablo Sandoval's jockstrap than onions.
Ooh.
So
okay.
Wow.
Weird thing to say, actually.
So I am going with Gordo's just plain dog. Just a good old-fashioned plain dog.
Yeah.
Plain wiener. Gordo, pick a hot dog.
So when we did that interview with Roman Anthony and he talked about how much he despises ketchup, that was the happiest I've ever been in an interview with a player, because I too absolutely despise ketchup. And I hate anything with tomato. All tomato products, ketchup included. I agree. It should be exterminated off the face of the earth. Roman got it right. I'm glad we're still talking about it.
Roman's still Italian. He still likes tomatoes in other forms.
Yeah, he denied. When I said that, he was like, okay, not so. Like, I was like, okay, I'll take my win. Like, So in synopsis, I'm taking the mustard and onions. I certainly would take onions over ketchup. That's the decision at hand here.
Whoa.
Onions over ketchup. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Wow. So to recap, Jack Webster will be eating Pat's wiener. Pat will be eating Gordo's wiener, and Gordo will be eating Jack's wiener. What a lovely love triangle.
Yeah, no, that actually ended up working out perfectly then.
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, let's make it happen. Yeah. We'll see you guys at the ballpark this year. We'll have to do a big wiener exchange.
Yeah, 100%. We'll like Lady in the Trampet, like. But yeah,
we got to figure out.
Up here, yeah. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. What's the gooseneck? The gooseneck. For drinks, but it's just like a human pretzel with hot dogs in your hand.
Exactly. Like Adam.
Yeah.
I like that idea more. Yeah.
I'll take a picture of it. I'll post it to every social media outlet. I'll put it through all the search engines: Google, Bing, Jeeves. So, sorry, Jack Webster, wrap us up here.
Yep. Well, obviously wanted to thank you guys for coming on here. Still hoping for some more news. Hopefully tomorrow when we have the Pot on Lansdowne boys on. Last year when we had them on, we traded for Garrett Crochet that day, so might need a little bit of good luck for there as well. But for the people that might not know where to find you, this is like 10 times more people than we normally get, thanks to you guys as well. So
yeah, thank you.
I'm sure most people know where to find you, but let them know at the end of the day.
I'm honored that you can find us at Play Tessie. We drop episodes all the time, all in season, off season. We're always dropping episodes. I'm on Twitter, Boston Sports Gordo. I tweet literally everything that happens. So shoot the follows over there. Appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us, fellas.
Yeah, of course. Pat, where can we find you?
I am at PatBrown954 on Twitter. You can also find me at Play Tessie with Sammy, Gordo, and Joe. And yeah, we're dropping steady through the winter.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Awesome.
Gents, thank you so much.
Enjoy your evening.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks, fellas.
I love you.
Take care.
No, I love you. Okay, love you.
Okay,
Bye.
no,
No, I love you.
bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Yeah.
Thank you, fellas. Appreciate it.